All right, what's up, everybody? Yes, I am doing live and reviewing shows more often because I gotta make this shit work. But either way, this is Miss Sophia the Diva. I'm coming to you live from my Facebook. However, I do edit these videos for my YouTube. So if this is your first time on my channel, be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to hit that notification bell because that way you'll know whenever I upload videos, which should be far more frequent than it has been because I'm kind of getting my legs back up under me as far as me starting to do show reviews, and in addition to my radio show, because y'all know I do that too. Queen of the South. Y'all, I have never reviewed this show, but it is one of my favorite shows. It comes on USA every Thursday night, 10 o'clock my time. And I think it also came on at 10 o'clock when I was living on the West Coast. This is so weird. I went from the West Coast to the East Coast time. Hilarious. But either way, y'all know I love me some Queen of the South. I said after watching Queen of the South, The Wire, Breaking Bad, and Power, you know, maybe some of us all could run a criminal enterprise. I'm just saying. No, I wouldn't do that because, you know, I'm still trying to get my license to practice law, and I don't want to be like Better Call Saul. So I love Queen of the South. The main character's name is Teresa, and she is a badass. Okay, if you want to talk about being a badass, this woman came from the streets of Mexico all the way to being Miss Queenpin of the drug cartel. Okay, basically. So she's transitioned from Dallas when Camila was in power. She's gone from Dallas to Arizona to now one of my favorite places. Once again, we're in New Orleans, or Nawlins, or NOLA, baby. But either way, so they're in New Orleans now. It's kind of a new cast. James is gone, honey. Kellyanne was supposed to be dead to the floor. We find out maybe that ain't true. But this show is just amazing. So the first episode, she already has two antagonists that come for her throne, okay? Teresa moved operations. She's now a tequila owner. In addition to owning a winery in Arizona, she now owns a tequila place in New Orleans. And she gets a welcoming from this black guy named Marcel Dumas, who wants to help all the people of color in the French Quarter. How convenient. You could tell he was a slickster, okay? So he comes in, and you can tell that him and his sidekick are casing the place, watching Teresa and her crew. King George is still around. Y'all know I love me some King George. Shout out to Ryan Onan. If you all are watching, I think it's on Showtime, the Wu-Tang documentary, you can thank Ryan Onan for that. He did that shit, okay? So, King George is there. Pote is there. We all love Pote because he calls Teresa his Telecita. He's very protective about her. He is like a true right-hand man. At one point, I think it was last season or the season before, we didn't know if he was going to make it. Oh, she also had operations in Malta at one point, which, by the way, I want to go visit Malta. So anyway, he comes, so you can kind of tell that something ain't right. The crew gets suited and booted to go to, of all things, a cockfight with this dude named Raul, who they may possibly actually do business with. I personally don't think she should do business with anyone who's into cockfighting. First of all, it's inhumane, and it's just chicken shit, quite frankly. But either way, she meets up with him. She tries to do business with him. He loses it when his chicken loses, and he beats one of his men. You know, Teresa tries to be more humane in the dope game. Every now and then, somebody might get packed full of hot lead, but for the most part, Teresa ain't trying to kill nobody. She's just trying to make money, because this is the life she's been given. This is the hand she's been dealt, and she's going to play it until she can't play it anymore. Because Lord knows, there's been quite a few times when Teresa has narrowly escaped by the skin of her teeth. She decides to show him why his means of collecting his cocaine and his drug distribution route, this dude named Raul, is wrong because, dude, you doing it old school. You need to get down with us, okay? So they rob him or rob his men at the airport because he's basically doing that old school Jackie Brown thing where you get some stewardess that fly internationally to bring your shit in on some suitcases where they ain't going to be suspected as much as, say, me, somebody like me that's just traveling. They jack him. He kind of figures that it's her, but then she introduces him. She says, I'm bringing you a gift. And in a tequila bar, it's actually liquid cocaine. Okay. So this is how Teresa is going to be making money now. Wine bottles and tequila bottles. That's how we're going to get down, okay? The food, what is it? The liquor license dude comes and, you know, they always got their hand out. You know, it's a bribe. You want to get your license moved to the front of the line, it's going to cost you. Fine. But he was very racist, very disrespectful, telling them we speak English down here. No, y'all don't, because some of y'all speak Creole, which is just broken English and French, and I think it's a bit of patois too, if I'm remember correctly. But either way, he was just very rude and disrespectful. And then what ends up happening after he comes to see them in this particular episode, she ends up going to see a judge in the bayou, in the swamps. I want to say his name was Judge Lafayette. And he basically told her that there's a tax to do business in this town. So you've got Marcel Dumas, who's head of the Black or the People of Color Chamber of Commerce. Now you got this judge. So now Teresa's got two people after her in her pocket, right? So in this episode, you know, we're back in the bar, but that annoying ass Raul has showed up down to the bar because he still can't get over the fact that he got jacked and he's still trying to figure out who done it. I'm like, do you not know how to let anything go? Like, really? But they also opened up with the scene. I can't remember what Teresa's best friend's name was, but y'all remember her. She was the feisty, little heavy-set one. At one point, had set up a meth dealership or a meth lab inside of her hotel room. But some kind of way, she ended up getting kidnapped and murdered by Epifano and Camilla now. That was so sad. But Teresa has to take care of her godson. And I like the fact that they kind of did a flashback and showed us that at the time that her best friend was pregnant with her godson, Tony, she told her, when I ask you to be my son's godmother, I'm not just asking you to be there for photo ops. I'm asking you if something happens to me or Chino, will you watch him and take care of him? And honestly, when you become a godparent, that's really what you're supposed to be doing anyway if something happens to the parents. Because, I mean, naturally, yeah, we could go to a grandparent, an aunt, cousin, whatever, or an older sister or whatever, brother. But sometimes the parents know it's probably best that this child go with the godmother or the godparents. So Tony's missing. That's another problem that's going on. Tony, her godson's missing from his prep school that she has him in. So we don't know if someone was trying to kill him or what was going on. Later on in the episode, we find out what's really going on. Dumas is up to no good. They do a handoff, Teresa's men with Raul's men. Someone jacks the shipment. It's Dumas now. And they say, I know it's cocaine in here. It's got to be cocaine. I was like, okay, look at you racially profiling. You assume just because they Latino, they must be selling cocaine. That's what I got out of that. Okay. I was like, he just don't know who you fucking with, because you got a lot of balls to take something from people you technically really don't even know what they really into. Okay? You just can't be out here jacking folk and think that that's okay. Oh, Rhino Nan is all over my timeline tonight. Hey. So yeah, Raul shows up down to the bar while Teresa's trying to find out what happened to Tony. Totally unannounced. How rude. And he said to me, I know you the one that jacked me. Let it go. Don't nobody care at this point. Just let it go. Pody trying to get to the bottom of it. Pote, he ain't got time for all this crap. He goes to try to ask some questions, and dude wasn't trying to give no answers, so he just put this law enforcement officer from the coroner's office in the sleeper hold. I said, Lord help. We don't need for anybody. We don't need to be drawing attention to the cartel now, Pote. By the way, the first episode of this season, I thought it was really sweet that Teresa gifted him his own personal house and kitchen, because Pauline feels like he should live with and stay with Teresa because he has to protect her, his Teresita. But she tells him, no, I'm going to be fine. You know, things are different and you really need your own space. And that's true, because Pote need to get him a woman at some point, okay? So now they done jacked the damn truck Dumas and his crew. And they're taking this truck completely apart in this warehouse with, as it turns out, is Raul's nephew. Raul comes back thinking that Teresa probably is the one that took his shit. She ain't with the shit. She took your shit. She wants shit. She got plenty of it. She can make it herself. But Marcel Dumas finds out, and they've taken this car apart, and the friend got shot in the process of them jacking this truck, right? And so he was like, here, drink some of this tequila. You'll be feeling better. And dude was sitting there, and Raul's nephew was sitting there like, that ain't no damn tequila. But okay, I'm going to let him drink it. Hopefully he'll die. And that's what I was hoping too. Sure enough, next thing you know, dude goes into cardiac arrest, dies, and that's when they start putting two and two together and trying to figure out, okay, something's up with this tequila, and he figures it out. The dude was like, you don't know who you messing with. He was like, I don't know, but you need to figure it out. King George gets a location on the truck. They go to this warehouse, but some kind of way, by the time they get to the damn warehouse, Dumas and his men have packed up and left. Okay. I was really just hoping Dumas would drink it himself and then end up dying too. And we didn't find out that was Raul's nephew until they showed up. And he was like, I hope you ain't jacked me a second time. I was like, God damn. But I told Marcel, I was like, so that's what your ass get for robbing people you don't know anything about, because now drug cartels are going to come on your head. But I some kind of way wonder if Marcel is also tied to that crooked Judge Lafayette. As the season progresses, I hope we find that out. But I'm just not feeling Marcel Dumas at all. He came from a queen, and I don't like that. Because at one point during the episode, I was like, child, this is just a whole hot mess, period. Because Tony missing and Raul's cocaine is missing. But they done found, they know where it is. Kelly Ann. No wonder in one of these previews they showed Pote looking like he had seen a ghost, because, yeah, James was supposed to have killed Kelly Ann's dumbass, because, you know, Kelly Ann was feeding information, I think, to the FBI or someone. But either way, Teresa told them to kill her, and James didn't have the heart to kill her. So what he did was he pretended like he had shot her while Pote was walking away. So Pote didn't know whether the woman had been killed, the deed had been done. But thank God she was still alive, because had it not been for her, Tony wouldn't be alive either. I wish Teresa had never gotten mixed up with Raul. I don't like him. He gonna tell her that, you know, once Marcel Dumas made the call to let them know, hey, I got y'all stuff, and his nephew, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to play? He was a ransom call. And so Teresa was like, yeah, he told me to come along. He told me to come along. I'm going to come along. Y'all stay here. And she was like, I need for you to let my bartender go, because this is a very beautiful woman that's playing the bartender. I don't know who she is. I don't even know her name yet. But anyways, George was like, well, I'll stay. And they were like, no, we'll just keep the both of y'all. And Raul tells them, well, if by the time if you're not back by the time I'm going to finish this here cigar, then both your people dead. And I was like, well, how long does it take for somebody to smoke a cigar? And why would you kill her people when she could just easily kill your nephew once she finds out her people is dead? Then everybody got dead bodies. That don't make any sense, Raul. You need to stop getting high off your own supply. That's all I'm saying, dog. Either way, but like I said, Teresa, sign you should not have gotten involved with Raul is when you saw this fool is in a cockfighting. King George trying to play the hero. Once he saw that cigar was done and Teresa still wasn't back, or a phone call hadn't been made, he tried to play the hero, almost got him and old girl killed. Then we switched to where Kelly Ann ass is out here in the woods with damn Tony. And they're like, how the hell you know Tony? And come to find out, they had some sort of text message code where if he ever got in trouble, she would come running. And he found her and came running. And she came running. And thank God she did. So now, Pote, Tony, and Kelly Ann out in the woods being shot at by some unknown assassins. They done killed Tony's uncle. And now they just all out here. He only got 6 shots, Lord Jesus. I said, how they gonna make it out this woods? But baby, they did. He told her to leave, but thank God she didn't, because had it not been, I think dude got shot. It was 2 assassins. Come to find out, before Pote killed one of them, come to find out, Cortez, if y'all remember him, General Cortez, Camila's Camila's right-hand man, the general, at one point, Epiphanos too, he done paid for them to be killed. He coming for Tony's head and Teresa's head. I'm like, how the hell he still wreaking havoc from the grave? That makes no sense. Like Pote said, well, hell, he paid them. They just doing what they were paid to do, even if he is dead, the contract didn't die with him. So at one point, he does try to get rid of Kellyanne. Kellyanne once again pleads for her life, and she says, well, if Teresa still wants me dead, then I'll just be dead. But it's got to be something in it for me because I did help save Tony. In addition, Teresa also comes through at the very last minute before George and the lady bartender, the mixologist, are about to be taken out by crazy-ass Raul. Why in the dope game, you always got one. Like, remember on Power, there's like that dude, him and his sister, but the dude was like a little bisexual or pansexual, I guess. The brother was. I can't remember his name, but he was crazy. Marcel makes a deal with Teresa. I didn't catch. If anyone caught what he said, I may have to go back and watch and just make a note of it in my description below. But the point is that the nephew got back and nobody died. Okay. All I gotta say is George just stopped trying to be a hero. After that episode, me personally, I need some tequila, but I ain't gonna drink because I had some wine earlier today and I think it's still kicking in. We don't know if the second shooter is dead. We don't know. But when they drove off and was heading back to New Orleans, Post, Kellyanne, and Tony, we see him come out the woods. So I'm curious. He took a shot to the gut, so maybe he'll just bleed out and die. Nah, but assholes like that just don't die that easily, do they? Looks like King George might have a queen this time instead of a king. Because I was unclear in the previous seasons when we introduced him. Was George a homo? Was he gay? And the black guy that they ended up killing at one point, I think when they were in Bolivia somewhere, was that his lover or was that just really his best friend? I was confused. But now George kind of seems to be sweet on the mixologist. But when you're staring down the barrel of a loaded gun, it kind of brings people closer together when they've been in the same stressed out situation. So who knows? But anyways, I really enjoyed this show. I'm glad that I'm going to start reviewing it. I don't know if y'all saw the pictures yet, but Queen of the South sent me something else this season. Second season, they sent me a t-shirt, a poster. Last season, they invited me for the season 3 premiere. I was invited to the season 3 premiere, but unfortunately, I wasn't in LA at the time that it was going on. And then this year, they sent me a makeup compact bag, which is perfect. I need this bag, so I'm so grateful for that. Like I said, I'm a stan for Queen of the South on USA unless they show me something else differently, but I love the show. I think it's well written. They have a new showrunner, so they're kind of trying to get us to get used to their rhythm. I like the fact that this is a show where the people actually interact with you. Another show, I'll say, there's 2 other shows that are like that, or were like that. Secrets and Lies was like that. They often interacted with the fans, and so did, and it only survived 1 season, but I thought it was a great show. Another ABC show was Notorious. That was a great show. But either way, that's all I've got on Queen of the South. If you're watching it, hey, watch it with me. I'm going to be watching it all season. I will also be watching Queen of Sugar. I still need to go back and get caught up and figure out what happened between season 3 and season 4. I kind of am able to put pieces together, but I'm going to finish that. But again, I've been Miss Sophia the Diva. If this is your first time, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers now, for sure now. I'm trying to build this audience up so I can get me some YouTube checks, since the little people can no longer have their videos monetized. So help a diva out. Also, if you further want to help a diva out with, what else do I have going on? Oh yeah, for my radio show, A Diva Disturbed on BFAM 109.6. You can also send money and funds through my Cash App, which is Diva 1977. And my campaign is everyone that's all of my friends and family and followers just give $1. That's all. But either way, that's all I've got. You've been great. Y'all have a great night. Stay fabulous. I've been Miss Sophia the Diva. Good night.